We going live in 5, 4, 3, 2.
We back.
And we back, and we back, and we back, and we back, and we back. Yeah.
And we back.
You know what this is. TOLPcast.com. It's your boy Jay Lip. Thinking Out Loud Podcast. Facebook Live. Thank you for making this possible. We appreciate your technological skills for making this video possible. And of course, I got myself, the host, as I said, Jay Lip. And to the, I guess that would be to y'all, the right of me? The right of me would be, who? Mrs. Lip. Mrs. Lip, how you doing this evening?
Blessed and highly favored, you already know.
Horns are going off, mad horns, and then a bomb for the love, a bomb for the love, a bomb for the love, a bomb for the bond. Now, with that being said, let's get into the shits. Oh, by the way, tonight, what are you doing at 7 in about an hour?
7 o'clock, I'll
about
be going
50
live
minutes.
on Instagram, TL Yarn Crafts. This entire month, if anyone's interested, is all about crochet and knit pattern design.
Okay, sounds good. We got one homie in the building, Will Pan. Will Pan, what's good, baby? Ooh, former professional. Hello, sir. How are you feeling this evening? And I thank you for joining the podcast. We got family in the building. We got Darian Lipsy join. Holla at your boy. Horns for that. Every new follow. Jed in the building. Jed, what's good, baby? Okay. A bomb for Jed. A bomb for Jed. A bomb for Jed. Now, with that being said, let's get through these hot takes real quick. So, the format of the show is this. As y'all should know, and if you don't know already, we talk about the topics that you're not going to necessarily hear the open disclosure about on the media news networks that you listen to. We're not CNN, we're not Fox News, we're not BBC. We are thinking out loud. We are TOL, thinking out loud. What I think, I say. However you feel, it's not my fault. That's how you feel. So, with that being said, we jumping straight into it, baby. Hot takes real quick. This week, we had a sad occurrence. My man Fab, he's not my man, but he's a reputable artist in the hip-hop industry. He turned himself in for alleged abuse of his longtime mate and mother of his child/children. We don't really know the truth. But at the end of the day, they saying he laid hands on her. She's saying he laid hands on her. She called them people. He turned himself in. And I want to talk about that as far as domestic violence is concerned. So, with that being said, domestic violence, how do you feel about that? And this is kind of a no-brainer, but I'm asking a strong
It is
black
a no-brainer, but I think, what's most unfortunate about this situation is Fabulous is somebody that nobody really had a reason to have issue with.
Okay.
And for the length of his career, like, I've never really heard any dirt other than beefs, anything come up about Fab. So this situation is particularly disheartening because he's one of those people I look at and be like, he's doing it right. Like, he's making his music, he's vibing with everybody. So for this to come out, it was very frustrating and very disheartening. And as a woman, as a married woman, it is so terrible to hear that he's potentially putting hands on his wife, the mother of his children. Like, that's terrible.
Does it make a difference whether it's his wife or his girlfriend or his baby mom? Like, does it make a difference? Because
no. Okay. It's just it might be varying degrees of disgusting, but it's not like any of them are particularly better than the others. Like, I think there's a certain that, like, all women deserve to be respected, but when you put different levels, listen, hear me out.
Okay.
Every woman deserves to be respected, period. That's not even up for debate. But when you put levels of responsibility and levels of commitment on a woman, there is just more that you are asked to do to protect this woman. So by putting your hands on her, you're clearly saying, I don't care enough about our situation. I'm going to do what I want, regardless of how I've professed my commitment to you.
Okay, so you said there's no difference. I got to holler at the boy. Shaney just dropped in the building.
Hey.
We got to set the horns off in a couple bombs because we know he's doing his thing with the damn podcast.
What's up?
So, Shaney the homeboy. Oh, we got C's in the building. Couple in a bomb. A
Point
bomb
and
for
a bomb.
C's in a
Oh,
bomb.
shoot.
That's C's in the building.
All right.
With that being said, Shani, also put in the chat, man, what's the name of y'all podcast? I think it's called Two Nigerians.
Two Nigerians.
I'm almost certain because I peeped it. I saw him on the low. He was like, I got to get it in like lip. Nah, he was doing his thing, so I got to give him them horns. But with that being said, so domestic violence
Yeah,
in any
and I was
instance
saying
is bad.
specifically, every woman deserves respect. And as you continue to commit to that woman by having children, marrying her, moving in, getting engaged, whatever, there is more responsibility on you to respect that woman.
So there's no difference. A
No,
wife,
no,
girlfriend, baby mama, okay.
no.
I'm just being a little male chauvinistic, that's me. But I am.
My nigga.
So, and that was the my nigga sound effect. So just so you know, I am my nigga. So I'm saying, I'm just trying to get clarifications. Me too. Hashtag I'm with y'all. We doing the damn thing. Now, with that being said, how do you respond if you are an active, fabulous follower, fan, or supporter of what he does? How do you respond to this? When you
I mean,
find out your favorite artist is doing some fuck shit, how do you respond to it?
I feel like this feels very similar to me of how I felt when the Chris Brown Rihanna stuff came out. I was a huge supporter of Chris Brown for a very long time, like since Run It and Yo and all of that stuff. Like I was a huge fan. So when that came out, unfortunately, and also with the decline in his music, I don't really listen to Chris Brown anymore. I don't really check for him. I don't do that no more. Now with Fab, I'd be really curious to see how things shake out. I wasn't a huge fan. I was a fan in that, like, I like his music and everything. But
I wasn't a huge fan.
I wasn't a huge fan. I wasn't like going to his concerts or like buying his albums or anything like that. But I would say that he is a good artist and he's somebody that I appreciate. Now with this latest development, my heart is broken. I don't think that's any. No, I'm saying my heart is broken, but I still appreciate his music. I still feel the same ways that I feel about him as an artist. As a person, I didn't really have a preference, but this show don't help.
Okay, all right. So with that being said, it doesn't help. It broke your heart.
Yeah,
Why? Because you appreciated his artwork and you associate the artist with the art, correct?
definitely. I think when it comes to especially hip hop, it's hard to put that line between the artist and their art. They try very, very hard to make you believe that them as an artist is what they talk about in their art. So with Fab, it's just kind of a weird divide. You never hear any kind of themes of that type of violence in his music unless it's like towards other rappers or something like that. But it's just I don't know. This is just not what I would have expected from him.
Okay, I got you. I got you. 1 second, I want to say, first and foremost, well, third and third most, maybe fifth and 16th most, is two angry Nigerians. For the homie Shani, it's two angry Nigerians. That's Shani's podcast. Check it out. That's the homie since 2004, 2003,
That's a
2002,
long
and
time ago.
2001. The
Ooh.
big homie. Always kept me laughing in French class. Like, that's my guy. So, with that being said, what up, though, Shani? Now, back to the topic. And I'm seeing we doing a little bit of stuttering on the Facebook stream, but you know what? It is what it is. We got to keep the shit moving. So, with that being said, which means we probably got a whole bunch of shit on the Wi-Fi, babe. We got to pay that Wi-Fi bill.
We just paid it today.
We paid it today?
$85. Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yes.
We got to up
Today.
the shit because this is ridiculous.
Tell me about it.
This is ridiculous.
Well, let's try and keep it going.
Okay,
Yeah.
so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to minimize the live stream so we can make sure that well, fuck it, we just ain't got the money, y'all. We hustling. We on the hustle podcast. So with that being said, time to minimize. All right, can't see the comments. If you fuck with us, we love you. If you join, here's a couple horns in advance and 3 bombs. I'm sorry, I can't with that. All right, so tonight's topic that I wanted to get into. Oh, before we do that, R. Kelly peed on a girl. Sorry, just to throw that out there. R.
Just
Kelly
throw it out
peed
there.
on a girl.
Yeah.
That's a bomb. And then we boo this man. Boo this man.
Ooh, this
He
man.
peed on a girl,
Not
and
cool.
We
Not cool.
still see R. Kelly selling out shows. He's still doing these revival tours, the best of 12 play, going around to the Chitlin circuit, and he's still doing his thing and getting his chips with dip. And
Dip.
so, with dip, with that being
That
said,
cracks me up so much.
so with that dip that he's getting with his chips on tour to these young women who have seen him go through this process of not really maturation but degeneration. He didn't got to the point where they got sex cults claiming that they got women locked up in the house and he's training young women to be his sex slave and all this stuff, but people still don't mind banging. My mind is telling me no. But my body is telling me yes.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
so
All
that's
right.
nasty though, right? When you think about it with the topic I just said, that's nasty. But
Yeah.
we know our parents and even our older adolescent siblings will listen to that song like, I don't see nothing wrong. Oh,
Karaoke night.
where the let up, kill it. Where the let up,
I will not.
where the let up. I wish I had an ad lib for that, but I'm gonna just say Buddhist man because I still feel like as a culture we still celebrate people who we separate the art from the artist.
Yeah.
So R. Kelly, can you explain why women still support him? Black women specifically?
R. Kelly's
I didn't
music's
mean to
not
say
bad.
black that strong like black women. I mean just
Here's the deal.
women
Here's
of
the deal.
color.
And I think, unfortunately, when it comes to media and entertainment in general, particularly music and movies, acting, things like that, we get attached to these people. We look forward to what they're doing next and what kind of art they put out. So when something like that comes out, and I can say it even for myself, in most cases I'm able to separate the art from the artist. So I might not be following them on the blogs or following their news anymore, but I might still listen to a little Step in the Name of Love in the car. I mean, it's a groovy ass song. So
Groovy.
I gotta
Were you born in 1948? Groovy?
possibly.
The
But
hell?
all I'm saying is it's a separation of the art from the artist, and you as a person have to determine where you fall in that spectrum. There's some people who will never listen to an R. Kelly song again, never listen to a Chris Brown song again, and then there are people who will listen to it but won't buy their album or won't go to a concert or won't buy a T-shirt, and then there's people who really just don't care and would even go to the concert and try and go home with them. I mean, it's people on all sides of the spectrum, and I think it's everybody's responsibility to decide where they fall on that. Now, depending on where you fall, we might be judging you a little bit. I'm just saying, but I mean, that's just how people think, and everybody's entitled to their different thoughts on it.
Right. And I respect that and I appreciate your feedback. I had to respond to my man Kobe who was like, man, it keeps stopping on my end. It's a stop and go. This is a stop and go episode. We gotta get through that. But I said we're gonna pay the bill, we're gonna pay extra. It's like that sprint bill that you had back in college where, you pay your past due but you never pay what the upcoming bill is. It's kinda like that. So with that being said, big ups to Justin Lee who joined. Gotta get a horn for him. All right, and we got to give Ron Baptist the Bomb Squad original, and he gets a bomb, and
Haven't
then
heard
bomb.
these names in such a long
Oh
time.
yeah, that's the homie, Ron Baptist. You don't know about Ron Baptist? Hey, anyway, we gonna get to that in another episode. Now we got through R. Kelly, we got through the
Fab.
Fab, we got through. Did we do Chris Brown?
We touched on
We
it.
touched on it, and that's all we need to do. I don't need to touch on him no more, don't homo. And also Michael Jackson. We also appreciate Michael Jackson for what he did for the
Oh,
culture.
of course. Of
So
course.
we talked about Michael. We haven't talked about him, but the culture has talked about Michael Jackson in thorough detail with the
Yes.
fact that they describe this man's penis on the stage, talking about he had a birthmark and a little speckle of blackness after he did his vitiligo. Is it vitiligo or
Vitiligo.
vitiligo? Say it again.
Vitiligo.
Vitiligo. The vitiligo. You can't always affect your whole body with the vitiligo.
Okay.
Shaney said, "Who was Mike abusing?" They say Mike was abusing the kids. They say he was giving them wine. He admitted to it. He said, I just wanted them to get a little loose, enjoy themselves at Never Never Land. Now, first problem. why the fuck is your crib called Never Neverland? Second, why is it a theme park? And third, why are no parents allowed? Now that's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. So, but we still
It's just a
appreciate.
bad look. It's just a bad look all around. Like there's just even if even if there was nothing going on from the outside looking in, you can't assume that he had no malice in the situation. Like you have a ranch basically that is an amusement park that you call Never Neverland. You only invite kids. They get to stay overnight. You give them wine. Y'all play games and lay in the bed together, and you just call them sleepovers. Like you're a grown ass man, and I feel like that kind of situation just falls in the realm of like culturally, you don't do that
Right.
because if you were anyone besides Michael Jackson, you would have been in prison.
You right. Dropping gems. So, with that being said, and we'll be going on strong on these hot takes, which were supposed to take 5 minutes, and we're going on 15. We got to jump into the main topic, which is rules of engagement.
Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, I'm sorry. I clicked the damn boo button on accident. Clap for that. Clap for it. Clap for it. One time. So, we've been married, what, 8 years?
8 long years.
With that being said, we had a conversation recently and we was talking about dating and what are the prerequisites and prerequisites, like I ain't know how to talk like a grown ass man.
What?
Prerequisites. I'm grown. I'm 31. I'm a man.
31.
Prerequisites for dating and all that type of stuff are really prerequisites for getting married, engagement type shit. And people don't know this, but your last name is hyphenated.
It
Okay?
is.
You
I
don't need
am
to say
still
what
a
it is.
Jones.
You
And
don't need to put that out there.
also,
That's too much information. We just your name is hyphenated. We don't need.
people know what my name is.
Okay,
They
so
know
with
what my
that,
name is.
so with that being said, your name is hyphenated. Now, this
Yeah.
internet is hyphenated as well because it keeps on stuttering. How about the fact they said, did you guys talk about the grammar goon from Emily's post? Shaney, I can't do it. Shaney, I can't do it, bro. I can't. I
What?
can't fuck with this dude. There was a guy. So we got a friend, a mutual friend, Emily Gaston, who we went to high school with. Shout out Emily. She be putting up very thought provoking and very polarizing posts as a single mother in the 2018s, the 2010s, and all that shit. And she's raising a beautiful son and she's doing her thing. However, she made a post and the internet trolls went wild. One
Uh,
in particular, we all went into this group thread and just started going at it. Just bow, bow, bow. Shaney, I'm gonna get
what was
you
the
on.
post about? What was the
Can't
post
talk about
about?
it. Shaney, I'm gonna have you on for it. Shaney, you know who I am and you know what this is. I need you, two angry Nigerians, thinking out loud podcast collabo. We gonna do the damn thing. So, with that being said, we're gonna get into this about the engagement rules or the rules of engagement. So, what are the things when it comes to going from the transition of dating someone to getting engaged to getting married? Like, what are some of the things that you were looking at, or what you really feel are red flags, or things that you think are kind of hot topics? And we kind of talked about them earlier before the
Yeah.
like off air. We talked about last names, relocating, religion, kids, race. So let's kind of dial through that in these next 5, 7, 10 minutes. Let's start off with last names. Last names. A woman should take the man's last name.
Wrong. Wrong. I do
Hold
not
on,
agree
I'm
with
doing this
that.
boo. Let me turn this boo
I
up
think
real
it's an
quick.
option,
Let me
and I
turn this
think it's
boo up. I want it to go louder. Boo. Now
no,
go.
no. I don't agree with that. I don't believe that. That's why I'm hyphenated right now. I think that it's something that's up for discussion. I think it's definitely a topic that should be broached when you're considering maybe, getting engaged or ultimately getting married. Um, I know when we talked off air about this, it got a little heated because we were not on the same page. But ultimately, how I feel about it is, um, as a woman, as a person, I grow up with a certain name. That name is my identity, and I create who I am, and it encompasses that name. Now, when I get married,
Before you get too deep, hold on one second. I want to make sure the audience is still with us. I need them to be with us right now. Can y'all hear and see us? Let me know, because I'm streaming this on my own and the shit looks froze.
Uh oh. Uh oh.
I'm waiting on some confirmation. Are we good? Baptist, are we good? Shaney, are we good? Somebody tell me something. And while we fill this quiet space, I also want to plug yet again. Um, we have TL Yarn Crafts on Instagram doing an IG live tonight at 7 p.m.
PM.
We thank you for that. All right. We hear you clearly. All right, fuck it. Let's get back to the business. So go
Okay,
ahead
so
with that
basically what I
bullshit.
was
Go.
saying was, okay, anyways, what I was saying was, and this is just my opinion, other women might feel differently, but I grew up 23 years as Tony Jones, loved my name. It meant a ton to me. Lots of nicknames and cute stuff was related to my name. Now, when I decided I was getting married and the conversation came up of whether or not I would keep my name, I think there was maybe a different conversation. Maybe I didn't just give the whole story.
No,
but
you
ultimately,
lied. No, you lied,
excuse me,
though.
hold on.
No, you lied.
Can I finish?
You can finish, but I want the people to know that you lied.
Okay,
'Cause what
here's
did
the
you
deal.
tell? What did you tell me before we
I'm
got
about
married?
to say it. If you would stop cutting me off, Sam. So when I got married, part of the reason why I wanted to hyphenate my name was because I was in grad school at the time. I was working on a lot of important research and information, and it was important for me to keep my name so that information and hard work would still be tied to me. Now, another part of that was I still wanted to be a Jones. Not so much a Jones as far as, being part of my father's family, but being a Jones as in I have been Tony Jones for 23 entire years. This is my identity. This is who I am.
Okay.
So I went with the hyphenation.
So hold on. We gonna clap for you. Yeah, good for you. You've been a Jones your whole life. So
Yep.
when you get married to someone else,
Yep.
you take on their name because you are now a part of a new family. You are starting a new seed, a new chapter of your life. So
And that's why I took that name. It's
No,
part
you-
of my name now.
you took
It's
that
like
as a
part of my
hyphenation.
identity. It's part of my history. It's part of my legacy. It's part of whatever. It's part of me. But I did not feel like losing Jones.
But
It's not
that's the
about
thing.
being
So
what?
that's the thing. So why do you feel like you lose your memories and the way that you feel about your upbringing and your lifestyle with your family just by
No, I wouldn't say that. I felt like I would lose my identity, not
how
my
do you
memories,
use
not being part of my old family, who I was as a person and had grown to be over 23 years. That's
Okay.
what I didn't want to lose. And I
Right.
felt like I would lose that by losing my name. Part of me
Why do
felt
you
like
feel
losing my last name all just completely would be erasing part of my identity.
And
And I
that
did not agree with that.
and that sounds like a little bit of insecurity because you feel like you would lose a part of your identity just because you don't keep your maternal birth name?
Well, considering that this is coming from a person whose culture would never require them to lose their name, I don't think you can really
The
get
fuck
it.
does that mean?
You, as a man in our society, would never have threat of losing your name. Ever.
Because I'm the man. I'm the
Exactly.
person
That's
who's
what I'm
marrying
saying.
you.
And I'm the woman. And I'm saying that when I got married, I had a choice of what name I wanted to have. And I decided to hyphenate it.
Okay, and so what you told me was what?
I already said that.
Okay, so what it was is something different than what you told me. So
I'm
my
just saying
issue
that
is
wasn't the whole story. That's all I'm saying. That
so
wasn't
I'm
the whole
saying
story. It
so
was
what
part
I'm
of
saying
it.
so what I'm saying is that's bullshit and we gonna air it out. Yeah, go ahead, put your cup down.
It's not.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
It's not bullshit.
It's
not.
bullshit.
It's not. I'm just saying that this is the whole story. 8 years in, you finally get the whole story.
Okay,
Congratulations.
okay, fine. You know what? We got a congratulations, a little applause for that bitch ass response. And it's not saying that in a disrespectful way to you, but it's saying that was weak, babe. Like honestly, we talked about this shit. Like adopting your man's name and wholeheartedly doing it for any other reason than professional for hyphenation, that shit is just selfish. That's some selfish shit. Like
I
that's not
agree that it's selfish. I completely agree with that. Keeping my name is selfish because it only benefits me, and that was the whole point. When I got married, I decided that that was one thing that I wanted to keep. I wanted to
wow.
keep my name.
Right, by lying about it though.
I ain't going in circles with you.
All right, then. Moving on to the next topic, since you want to get into it, relocating. If your husband or your engaged partner gets a job, an opportunity somewhere else, do you believe that you should follow them? Do you trust in that engagement?
I would say yeah. I would say at minimum we'd need to be engaged for me to move anywhere like out of state.
Why?
It's a level of commitment. If you're committing to that person, you're getting down on that knee saying, will you marry me? Or you're taking that ring saying, yes, I'll marry you. So that level of commitment, I think, warrants you moving out of state. Now, of course, you know, there are other conditions to engagements as far as like how long the engagement is or maybe
Right.
how far away you want to
Yeah.
move or whatever.
Indefinite
But
engagement is a beautiful thing. It's indefinite. Like we're engaged. We're gonna get married one day. I love you,
no.
girl.
Well, depends on the person. That wouldn't be good enough for me. That would
Oh,
not be
okay.
good enough.
All right. I know somebody. Shout out to Nicole. Y'all won't know her last name, so you can't find her. But shout out to Nicole who feels the same way because I know that she had a similar situation. But my thing is this: if you are willing to relocate because we are going to build together, it
Mhm.
shouldn't matter necessarily if you got a ring on your finger or not. It's up to you if you trust me as a person. A ring is a financial purchase. What the fuck? You laughing? Let me get the laughs out. Everybody's clapping and laughing. Ha 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 ha. You laughing like it's not seriously a commitment that you make to somebody just because you ain't got a ring on your finger. Let me
Listen,
get to
I'm
this.
not talking about rings or no rings. I'm talking about engagement and commitment. There are people out here that get engaged without rings. I don't think the ring is what solidifies whether or not I'm going to move out of state with you. It is the commitment that we make to each other by saying we are no longer dating, we are engaged. We have
Dog.
taken our relationship to the next level, and part of that might include moving together.
All right, all right. Okay, we running out of time, so let's roll through these next three because you doing your thing right now. Religion, how important is that?
Insanely important.
Okay, so you would never be able to be engaged with a person who is of a different religion.
I don't think so.
Okay, kids, how you feel about that?
You just got to be on the same page.
Wrong, two wrongs, and the fifth one is race. Do you believe in interracial marriages?
Of course, you love who you love.
All right. Well, fuck the bullshit, y'all. We had a lot of nonsense that was spoken tonight. I couldn't even argue
Are you?
against
Do
it.
you have any response? Do you have anything
Oh
to
yeah,
say?
I
You
can
want to
tell
say
you.
that I'm wrong?
Oh, my
But
fault,
I
my
don't hear
fault.
you saying nothing.
Okay. Ooh, spice. Ooh, put some spice in there. Put some
I mean,
sriracha in
you
the air
trying to
conditioner.
call me out on something? What you got
It's
to
some
say?
it's some sriracha in the air right now. So I'll let you know exactly how I feel. One, you're wrong, dead ass wrong on the last name shit. I didn't know that you were not hyphenating your name other than professional reasons. So we gonna have that conversation
We
offline,
already
off
have.
wax. No, we have, and we gonna continue to have it. And I'm gonna have that shit erased. I'm gonna, regardless. Relocating, I still believe that you should trust in the love that you have versus the ring on your finger. Point blank, period. Religion, I know people that have different religions and they're in a healthy relationship. It's difficult, but it can work. And personally, I don't know if I would want to have the energy or to expound the energy to make it work, but I don't have to deal with it, so I'm gonna skip that. And then kids, we've went back and forth on that together. We've gone through the spectrum of wanting kids, not wanting kids, blah blah blah. So kids, it's kind of up in the air. I don't believe you need to really know about that when you're dating somebody or when you're even talking about engagement. And finally, with race, man, you love who you love. Excuse me, but there is something to be said about having some type of pride or some type of affiliation and acknowledgement of the fact that what you like may be what you are. And I think that's the part that people don't often talk about. I love what I am. So I love my black woman because I am black. I love my African American or whatever the fuck term needs to be used because they can relate to me. I don't think that a Becky or a XYZ non person of African descent can understand what my grievances are if I come home from work one day and I say, man, this cop was following me for about fucking 10 miles and then he ain't even pulled me over, just had me shook. I don't want to come home and hear my wife tell me, well,
You
why
don't
were
want
you
to hear her
shook?
say, "Well, what were you doing?"
Exactly. Or why were you shook? Like, they're here to protect and serve. They're going to help you. Yeah, okay. Well, that's a big fuck
Okay.
you. So, with that being said, we got about 30 seconds. Your final thoughts, go ahead.
My final thoughts are: you love who you love, and don't move with somebody if they're not committed to you, because you're gonna be stuck.
Okay. Final thoughts from me. I'm gonna get that damn last name changed.
No,
You Ellipsy. TLYC. Tony Lipsy Yarn Crafts. You can catch her on Instagram at TL Yarn Crafts. I was about to say .com. I didn't.
come on, you killing me.
And with that being said, it's your boy J Lip. It's the Mrs. Lip, and I gotta restart the outro again. You know, it gives a vibe. It's like a little whistle. You know, gets you in the mood for the transition out. So, thank you, baby, for joining in again on another Talk That Talk Tuesday. And I didn't know the horns would restart the song, so I had to do it one more time. But we're not gonna wait for it to be over. You know what this is. You know who I am. If you have any opinions, drop them in the comments. If you like the shit, like it. If you don't, fuck us. We just are doing what we're doing. No homo. I don't mean fuck us, baby. I'm saying, like, we're not swingers. But
Just
with
don't-
that, see, this is what happens on Thinking Out Loud. This is Thinking Out Loud. TOLPcast.com. Mrs. Lip.
Yeah.
Mr. Lip. And
We
out.
out.
That worked. I like that.
Okay.
We did it
Okay.
synchronized. It was perfect. And I got to give you a bomb for that.
I can't hear it.
Love you.